Ukraine is increasingly becoming a graveyard for Western tanks, with reports recently suggesting that another British Challenger 2 has been destroyed in Russia's Kursk region. The Russian Ministry of Defense released the claim, backed by grainy footage shared on pro-Kremlin Telegram channels like Rybar and Troika. The video appears to show the Challenger 2 positioned near a wooded area before being struck by a first-person view drone. The drone seemingly hits the tank at a vulnerable spot between the driver's station and the turret ring, a weak point in many turreted vehicles. The incident took place in the aftermath of Ukraine's surprise incursion into the Kursk region, an area on Russia's border. Russian Marines from the 155th Guards Naval Infantry brigade claimed responsibility for the strike. This alleged loss adds to the growing tally of Western-supplied tanks facing destruction on the battlefield. However, neither Ukraine nor the UK has officially commented on the incident, raising questions about the fate of the tank. This is not the first time a Challenger 2 tank has been destroyed in Ukraine. In fact, at least 2 others have reportedly been lost since the UK began sending them in January 2023. The first confirmed footage of a destroyed Challenger 2 emerged in September 2023, just 8 months after Ukraine's 82nd Air Assault Brigade began operating the tanks. The video quickly spread across social media, showing the tank engulfed in thick gray smoke. According to Western sources, the tank was struck and destroyed by a Russian Kornet anti-tank missile. Though the exact location of the attack has not been confirmed, it is believed to have occurred on the southern Zaporizhia front, an area that has seen intense fighting between Ukrainian and Russian forces. A year later, in August 2024, another Challenger 2 met a similar fate during the Kursk offensive, marking the second confirmed loss of this tank model in Ukraine. Footage from the incident shows a massive explosion as the tank was destroyed by a low-flying Russian Lancet drone. The strike occurred near Sudzha, roughly 390 miles from Moscow, leaving the vehicle beyond repair. Soon after, Russian media released footage showing parts of this wreckage buried in a forested area, hidden among the trees. These clips fueled speculation that the tank was struck at the base of its gun, specifically targeting the ammunition loading area. The Challenger 2 tank is built with safety features that keep the crew separated from the main ammunition compartment. However, it still carries a smaller supply of ammo in the fighting compartment. This secondary stash is protected by fire suppression systems to lower the risk of catastrophic explosions. In the Sudzha incident, a Russian drone appears to have struck one of these smaller ammunition stores in the turret, triggering a powerful blast. Interestingly, despite the explosion, parts of the turret remained largely intact, and the tank's distinctive 120mm L30A1 rifled gun was visible above ground, along with some of its protective armor. Challenger 2 has long been hailed as one of the world's toughest and most advanced main battle tanks. Introduced to the British Army in 1995, it quickly gained a near-mythical reputation for its heavy armor and battlefield dominance. For decades, the British proudly boasted that no Challenger 2 had ever been destroyed in combat. A record that seemed unbreakable. But that claim came to an end after the UK delivered 14 Challenger 2 tanks to Ukraine. Within months, reports confirmed that at least 3 of these tanks had now been destroyed in the unforgiving combat environment. The harsh realities of modern warfare in Ukraine, coupled with its challenging terrain, have put the Challenger 2's legendary status to the ultimate test, shattering the long-standing myth. From early 2024, reports began highlighting how Ukraine's notorious black soil was proving to be a major obstacle for the Challenger 2. Known as Chernozem, this deep, fertile soil is rich and soft, great for agriculture, but a nightmare for heavy vehicles. These tanks often found themselves stuck, their massive weight bogging them down in the muddy terrain. A British journalist embedded with Ukrainian forces described one particularly striking scene. He watched as a Challenger 2 struggled to climb a small slope, its engine groaning under the strain. The tracks churned the soft earth, but could not find grip, leaving the tank helplessly sinking deeper into the mud. To make matters worse, rising water levels threatened to submerge the entire chassis, leaving the tank dangerously exposed and unable to move. Adding to these challenges, the Challenger 2s sent to Ukraine were not the same as those used by the British Army. The tanks had been modified for export, with some of their most advanced features omitted. For example, the Ukrainian version lacked an active protection system, APS, a crucial defense mechanism in the British model that intercepts incoming missiles and shells before they can strike. Without this system, the tanks were far more vulnerable to modern anti-tank weapons, leaving them in an undeniable disadvantage in high-intensity combat. Despite these limitations, the Challenger 2 still retains some impressive firepower. Its 120mm L-30A1 rifled gun sets it apart from most NATO tanks, which typically use smoothbore guns. Renowned for its accuracy and range, the L-30A1 has earned a reputation among Ukrainian operators as a sniper gun, capable of hitting targets up to 4.5 kilometers away. This long-range precision makes the Challenger 2 a formidable asset in engagements against other armored vehicles, where it can strike before the enemy gets too close. However, the effectiveness of this weapon still relies heavily on favorable battlefield conditions and the quality of the tank's fire control systems. Well, in Ukraine's tough terrain, the Challenger 2 has proven powerful, but its weaknesses are clear. The challenging conditions, missing tech, and limited versatility have tested its once legendary reputation. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.